Hi everybody, welcome back to my Dungeon Boss campaign series. I am currently at level 29, which means that just recently I finally unlocked the tower. So the Tower of Ponage is going to be a nice source of gems for you, and ultimately it's going to be where you get your Yorick tokens as well. And Yorick is going to be a main player for pretty much the rest of the game. He's going to be super helpful for some of the boss fights who need to have the Mark for Death. But basically, because we are so low, the likelihood of I'm not going to read through all the instructions here. The likelihood of clearing the tower at this level is just it's not going to happen. So we're going to be spending the first few levels, probably through most of our 40s and even into the 50s, probably before we can actually beat this tower, unless we get a real easy one. We're seeing a lot of 3 stars in the towers though, and I don't have a lot of heroes in general. The other thing that we have to be aware of is how your roster actually looks. So we're going to start out just with the basics here and go through the tower. So when you do the tower, it's obviously the larger your hero roster, the better. You need to have a pretty deep roster in order to beat the tower. What most people suggest, though, is to have some of your heroes go out there, soak the abilities, and then come in with your cleanup team um, to finish it off. Now I'm going to counter that in some cases, like this first floor, 15, 23, 23, 23. These guys are all pretty low except for Sifu Jianzi. So he's the only guy that's going to kill somebody. So what I would do in a situation like this, I'm going to bring in my brute force team right from the start and then just let these guys go at it. I'm not going to sacrifice somebody on a team that I know I can beat pretty easily. So I'm going to bring in Kira, who should be able to kill Sifu. I'm actually just going to go with a straight attack team as well. We're not going with using our skills just yet, because we want to make sure that we're using our skills very wisely when you're this low in the tower, because just saving that skill for one extra round might be the difference in beating a floor and not beating a floor. Because if I use my AoE here with Kira, I'm going to have to use Kira in like 5 more floors or 5 more turns worth in order to be able to use it again. So anytime you can auto attack or just regular attack in the tower, much better. So I was hoping I crit against Sifu. I got really screwed over there. And Nimril took a beating. So now we have to see what we want to do here. So we kill him. Can't kill her. Stonefist is going to hit somebody. So I feel like I'm kind of forced into using my skill here because he's got elemental advantage. So I feel like he's going to go after Nimriel. So I'm almost forced to do this, and now I'm going to suffer a long cooldown. She may not make it through the first floor anyways. But these are the things, the few risks you run, I guess, as far as doing these. So use your discretion there, I guess. But if I get an opening in another floor, maybe I could heal with Yasmin, but running healers on a tower isn't always a good option. So what I might ultimately look for is Nimriel might be just a sacrificial hero at this point, which is unfortunate because she has a pretty high attack. So in this case here, they have a pretty good floor here. So what I might do on this one is actually use Grognog's ability. We have to understand what's going to happen with this team though. So Alex is going to do his damage reflection, and then Hagrim's going to use his I think it's Buzzsaw, and then Nimriel's going to daze somebody. So we could have them waste their skills first. That might not be a bad idea. Who we actually want to send in there as the sacrificial lamb, I think actually in this case here, Rogar is going to be a good one, because Hagrim shouldn't kill Rogar. Shouldn't. I mean, I don't have him leveled up well, but even if he does, his main skill is going to be done with. So Alex is going to damage reflection, not a big deal there. And then if Hagrim doesn't kill Rogar, then Nimriel gets to do her skill, and then that's wasted as well. And then Zom's out there, I can kill him with Kira. So we'll see how this Buzzsaw goes. It's a pretty big level differential here. but he survives. So that's exactly what I was looking for. We send in one hero, clears up their skills, and he's dead. But like I said, I feel like I'm going to kill Zom on the opening salvo here. And if not, and actually, I don't know if that Alexandros is ascended or not. At level 25, ascending a 3-star hero is pretty tough. So I'm going to actually play a little bit more of a gamble here. We're going to do that. And we're going to charm Zom instead. And so we'll go this route, and then we will go with we'll go Yasmin again. Actually, we're going to go Grognard, then Yasmin, and then Nimriel. I'm going to try and get a heal off and heal Nimriel a little bit. See if I can get a lucky break there. I don't anticipate Grognard killing everybody. And he offers extra target practice as well. So there's no taunt from Alexandros, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Now we daze Zom. This is going to be extremely helpful because now his taste for brains should be rendered useless. Alright, so there's Hagrim. That was actually extremely dangerous. I can't believe that he actually went after her. So, do we use our big skill? The only real question is if we don't do this, is Zom still going to hit when he's dazed? I don't want to waste this, but I also don't want to die either. We're going to roll the dice a little bit. There's always going to be some gambling when it comes to the tower. Until you get to the higher levels where you can just beat it every day without even trying, there's always going to be a little bit of gambling. Alright, go for the elemental advantage, and then hope this daze does its thing. And it missed. That's exactly what we needed. Alright, so we kill Hagrim now. And then we have to take out Zom. Super critical at this point. We don't want that daze going down. And now we've saved Nimriel for one more turn. And like I said, if we need her as a sacrificial lamb, we at least got one step further. Alright, so now we have a problem here because we have a fast hero, and then we have Ella who's going to charm. So this is going to be a tougher one. And then the main goal here is we got to do something about Koros because he's gonna do some serious damage. So can we get through 3 different heroes, and how we're going to go ahead and accomplish that? We need someone that's going to be able to not die, which is usually going to be Stonefist or William. So I hate to lose both of them. We're going to start with Stonefist. I think he'll be able to soak both of those first 2. He might even soak the attack from Koros. But if he dies before we get through enough of the rotation, then it's going to be kind of a wasted floor here. So Ella shouldn't kill him. That charm's not that strong. And that actually couldn't have worked any better because now Fist of Justice comes up. He is going to be able to taunt on the next go around though, so I do need to handle that because if he taunts, it's going to be a tough one to navigate. So I think we're at a point now where we have to use Grognard's ability to hit the entire team. So what I'm going to do is we're going to bring Yasmin along just for another heal if possible. But I'm going to taunt as well. So we'll bring William, Grognard. Let's bring Cobalt, get him some action. We'll start like this here. I'm hoping that the taunt with William is going to give us enough of an edge where we can buy us some time. We have a pretty significant level advantage. Their Koros does not look ascended, so he should be relatively harmless at this point here. Alright, so we'll try this first with Cobalt. Disease them. And then cooldown is 7 on this one. I was hoping that would kill Koros, but it didn't. Okay, this is what I ultimately wanted. So now that we have the taunt up, I feel like we should be good. Their Ella should not be recharged for quite some time. I should actually get my arcane bolts up with Cobalt before anything dangerous comes up. And then actually, yeah, that's what I was hoping for. If Grognard would have went after Ella, and his Stonefist is actually so low that that taunt really didn't even hurt me. So that actually saves me a little bit, because now I don't have to use that Arcane Bolt with Cobalt. That allows me to use him on another dungeon now. Anytime you can save those skills, things are always going to look better for you. So, things are looking pretty good so far. I don't think I have the hero roster to go the full distance, but we can at least get some cups here, and maybe even get a couple of tokens here or there as well. Alright, so the big ones here, both Igorok and Valken. This is gonna be a tough one to do, so I'm pretty much gonna have to send in a lamb here. There's no way that I can handle both of those guys. So I want someone that's gonna be able to soak the damage, which I think we've seen the end of William, actually. He's kind of run his course since he did his taunt already. I like him and all, but I just don't think he's going to serve much purpose, and I need to be able to get through both Igorok and Balkan. And actually, Yasmin's going to attack first too, so he may not even survive Igorok's attack, which, if that's the case, that's how it goes. But put a pot shot on Nimriel. That's about all we can do. Alright, we got really, really lucky there. Realistically, we shouldn't have survived that, but when it comes to the tower, I'll take any bit of luck we can get. So now it's time for Grognog's main move. So this is going to be a tougher dungeon to deal with, so we'll do Grognog and then Cobalt. Throw Darius in there, and then we'll throw a healer in there. So this will be the first dungeon where I pretty much throw all of my skills out there, just because of the 2 legendaries. We can't let those guys linger. Because Valken has really good energy usage, so that artillery is going to be back up in no time. Alright, lower their crit rate. I should at least get my second attack. Yeah, that Grognog is pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm going to roll the dice here and not use my Purple Rain. I'm actually going to try and kill Valken. Didn't work. Alright. We handled that okay, though. But the 5 more turns of cooldown with Grognog, that's going to be a huge issue for me. So we almost have to use him in dungeons now just to get him recharged, so that when we get further along, we have that skill available. Looking for a couple more easy ones. We have a level 30 here. This is going to be a tough one to beat, because Willow could probably one-shot a lot of my team, and actually more 30s there. Yeah, might be running up against the end of what we can actually finish here. So Willow does a single target attack, and then Abigail will do a single target attack. So I could send in a strong red person, but I don't have any left other than Nimriel, and she'll get one shot. So I could go ahead and level up my heroes, but honestly, I know I'm not going to beat this tower, so I'm not going to waste a ton of my resources just yet. So what I will do is I will send in 2 people here. If depending who Willow goes after, Shadowblade might still get an attack. So at the very least, I could disease and cause Abigail to not crit or not hit anybody. So that worked well there. And actually with the evasion, then it's going to work pretty well. No disease, but get through a couple of their heroes here. And she missed, which I expected. Burn through their skills. Rogar is going to hit him, though. Probably kill him. Nope. There, and Willow used her second skill, too, so I think actually Abigail has ascended once, so she's going to be ready to go as well. Alright, we're going to whip out the strongest people I got and just try to straight up brute force this one. Alright, we'll start with this. Alright, so now what's Abigail gonna do? She went after elemental disadvantage, which was good. Alright, so Rogar is ascended as well, so he's gonna do Skullcracker. I don't think Grognog will kill him in one hit, that's the problem. The safer play seems to take out their healer and hope the residual attack goes to Abigail. Which it did, okay. So now, let's try to take out Rogar. He's the weakest of their guy. And stupid AI, he really stepped in it there. If he would have did that against Ella, that probably would have been perfect. But that gave me the advantage, I guess. Alright, so now this helps because get an extra turn of cooldown. Ella's blood ritual is up. That's going to be helpful as well, assuming we can get some of her turns off. So all things considered, tower's going pretty well so far. If I had a little bit bigger hero roster, we might be at a point where we could get very close to beating it. This one's going to be a tough one as well. I wish we could see runes on these guys, but Sifu's going to one-shot somebody. That's happening, so there's nothing we can do about that. So we need to do something like this, and I guess we'll put Rocky in there as well. And then we'll just hope that their Willow goes for my Rocky, and then my Willow at least gets an attack. Okay, couldn't have asked for a better shot there. So I think I'm worried about Cobressa, but she's red and I can't do that, so I'll fire away at Sifu. If I'd have leveled Willow up a little bit, that probably would have been smarter, but knowing how the game works, I'm not wasting my resources on heroes that aren't going to be used as much. Now, once I get to the point where I feel like I can beat the tower, I might invest in some more, some more levels and such. But ultimately, I know how fast the gold goes, and I know how fast the experience potions go, and I'm not going to run into that problem where I can't level up the people that I actually want to. Alright, so we're going to bring in the hard hitters again. I'm actually going to, I'm going to use Darius. And we'll bring in Yasmin again. So I think I can take these guys out. It's all a matter of what Sifu is going to do, because I think he'll probably be able to kill Darius if he wants to. It's just a matter of if he wants to. Well, I didn't see that coming. I guess that was the one thing I didn't consider, was the Ascension on Willow. Alright, so do that. And then do some stomping. I really didn't want Yasmin to die. It was too early for her because she did have another heal in the chamber, which kind of stinks. So I'm sitting pretty decent elementally. Man, their Willow is fully ascended. I didn't. I guess I never even noticed that. I might be. This might be pretty much the end of the line for me. Their Willow is the real deal. Alright, we'll try and take out her and him at the same time. I should have just attacked Rogar. Alright, so I get these guys back for one more. And as long as Grognog doesn't die, I at least have his strike ability. So, depending on who the first hero is, if we can get somebody that's like a Taunter or someone like Alex, that would be a perfect opportunity for Grognog. Alright, so first up is Igorok. I'm not going to be able to soak that with Grognog, I don't think. So... unfortunately, send Augustus to his death. If he was leveled up, he'd be able to soak the first hit. He'd be frozen, but he'd still be able to soak it because he's armored. This is a pretty tough team, though. 2 legendaries, Koros and Manglejaw. That's... we need to hope to hell that Grognog does well. I think their Igorok was ascended based on what I saw, which is good because he'll do Reflecting Taunt then. And then what's the order here? Koros is going to kill everybody, so this will be the last round that I get unless I get lucky. So we'll bring everybody that we got left. That's all we can do. There we go. So, first time out for a tower. This actually isn't a bad run. Hopefully it gives some other people a little bit of confidence in terms of how to go about handling the tower. Like I said, you don't always just send one person into their death. I mean, sometimes that obviously works well to do so. But anytime you get a little bit of a level advantage, I mean, send your big guys in and see what they can do. No Reflecting Taunt. Alright, so this is going to work wonders, I think. Couldn't have asked for a better result. And then, this is what I wanted. Grognog back to full health. Alright, Cobalt's got Arcane Bolts coming up pretty soon, so why not just use this and get the damage out there. So, I got one more dungeon to go. I'm pretty much just going to send all these guys in. Actually, I'll send Nimrio first to soak the first hit, and then I'll send these guys back in. Maybe get lucky, maybe not. But like I said, ultimately a pretty successful first time. Floor 7 we got through. So Yasmin, we got Willow to contend with. They're higher level, but I don't think Nimrio can survive that first hit. I'll at least be able to see her ascension level. She's probably fully ascended. Which she's not, actually. Alright, so who to use first then? Honestly, the team itself isn't that threatening, to be honest. I'm going to switch and use Cobalt. I'm going to use Grognog last because I'm worried that some of these lighter guys like Cobalt and Ella won't be able to get their turns off. And they may be one-shotted by Willow anyways, so we'll see where that actually falls. That worked out pretty well. Alright, so the big question. Yasmin is going to heal if I attack somebody else, so that's good. We will attack... We'll attack him. Now this is the tough one. How much damage is this going to do? Disease. Disease worked really well. I couldn't have asked for anything better there because it mitigated some of his damage. Kind of wish that Charm would have been up, but Grognog is going to kill Rogar. That's going to happen. So let's try and put a little extra hurt on Femus. That's a bummer. I thought he was stronger than that. I really did. Yasmin is probably going to cleanse. So I want to kill him. Shit. Kira, you let me down. You let me down big time. He so let me down. Alright, so Femus is going to do a taunt, I think. So I'm kind of screwed there. I'm just trying to get some extra damage on those guys, I guess. There's not much I can do here. If Kira... Gosh, I wish I would have had more precision runes on him. He needed that crit more than anything. Absolutely needed that crit. That would have killed Rogar, and that would have freed up... I probably could have beaten this floor here, but now it's a loss. Just going to auto-run this. I can't beat it from here. Even if my main ability came up. Let me check it once here. Nope, still 2 turns. That sucks. Well, again, first time out, not a bad first run. So, any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them below. Like I said, if you need help with the tower, I'm always around to offer suggestions, but hopefully this is a good starting point. The main thing that you can have right now as far as doing the tower is have a couple of really strong heroes and have just a pretty decent size roster. If I would have had a couple that weren't just level 1 with no experience at all on them, those could have went a little bit further. So keep that in mind, but don't pour all of your resources into poor heroes. I can't stress that enough, because you will. I guarantee you will run out of experience potions. You will run out of gold, and you don't want to do that pouring resources into somebody like Femus, for example. So use caution. If you need help with where to allocate your resources, just post a comment. Let me know whatever you want to do, and then we can help come up with a plan. So with that said, we'll go ahead and we'll wrap this up, and then we will see you for the next time. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. If you like this video, please show your continued support by hitting that like button, and be sure to check out both my YouTube channels for new content all the time. And always remember, peace is a lie, there's only passion. We'll see you next time.